Hey guys, how's it going? OG Kish here, back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about boxing. On October 12th, 2019, we lost another fighter, another boxer, Patrick Day. His opponent, Charles Conwell. The 27-year-old Day was knocked down 3 times in his fight with Conwell. The final knockdown that stopped the fight was particularly brutal, as Day's head violently bounced off the canvas. The referee immediately stopped the fight. Day was rushed to the hospital, where he began to suffer seizures and shortly after fell into a coma. Doctors then performed emergency brain surgery, where 4 days later, on October 16th, 2019, Day passed away from what was described as traumatic brain injury. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about the sport in total. Back in the day, before the 1920s, okay, boxing had unlimited rounds. People were just fighting until one person fell over and literally couldn't get up again, as it is now, but with unlimited rounds, right? So if you wanted to get back up, the possibility was there. Then, in the 1920s, a 15-round limit became a standard. And then a tragic event happening in, I believe, 1982, it was reduced to 12 rounds because of the Mancini and Kim fight, where Dooku Kim passed away after a brutal knockout. Now, there's been tons of deaths in relation to boxing. I'm looking at a list here right now, leading all the way back to December 13th, 1926, Daniel Marshall died 1 day following his first professional fight due to injuries sustained. Now the question here is, what can we do, or what can they do as an association, as the whole association? They need to get together. What can they do to make boxing a more safe sport? Right? This is a sport where people just punch the shit out of each other till one person falls or until the fight is over. There's been talk about shortening rounds, right? Bringing the rounds down even more, from 12 to possibly 10. And I've seen some associations even go to 8 rounds only. And I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I know for a fact we cannot have fighters continuously passing away from shots to the head like this. This is a sport that people still enjoy to this day. People still like to watch boxing. Boxing is still there, and I feel like it always will be, because it's the most simple way of 2 people to fight. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really need to have a shit ton of training, right? Amateur boxing's a thing. They wear headgear. That's always been a thing. Boxing has always been a thing. It just makes you think. And if a lot of these injuries come from fighters taking too many hits to the head, well, then you can say, all right, well, we need to shorten the rounds, or maybe we need to remove rounds. Maybe that's the way to go. If it's them smashing their heads off the canvas after getting brutally knocked down or knocked out, then maybe they need to look into some sort of softer padding. I'm not too sure. Maybe they need to reconstruct boxing rings to make them more safe, or safer to get knocked out in. I'm not sure, right? Because you can't really do anything to the gloves. The gloves are basically already as safe as they can be, and if you were to make them, I don't know, larger or more padding, it might actually just make it even worse, right? So who knows? Who actually knows at the end of the day? It's a crazy sport, and that's why I'm here talking about it now. Because in this year alone, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, marked down deaths. Who knows how many there actually is yearly in boxing. Between 1890 and 2011, it's estimated that 1,604 boxers have died as a direct result from just getting punched or, getting knocked out. Apparently, that is an average of 13 deaths a year. Now, if you think of it, in a sport where people are brutally punching each other in the heads, it is kind of hard to regulate regulate that kind of stuff. And like I said before, it was removing rounds. It was going from unlimited fights to 15 rounds to 12 rounds. Now, what can we do to save boxers' longevity, to make them not fucking pass away? Like, this is a hard topic to talk about, because we as viewers can't really do much. At the same time, it all depends on the commission, the organization that is doing it. On the 19th of July this year, we lost Maxim Dadeshev, which he was, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, a very, very well-known fighter. On the 25th of July, the same month, we lost another fighter, Hugo Alfredo, and then Boris Stanchov was another fighter who passed away this year in September on the 21st. And then we obviously had Pernell Whitaker getting hit by a car, but that's a different story, you know what I mean? So how many more fighters are going to die before something gets changed? And like I said, what can even get changed, or what could something to do with the ring? Okay, there's gotta be a change in the overall structure of the ring, that when a fighter falls, especially after a brutal knockout, there's gotta be enough give in the ring that they're not just smashing their head off of it, and it can almost cushion the fall, but at the same time, it can't be that much of a cushion to where they're tripping over their own feet, because, you know, it's like walking on literal pillows at that point. There's not really much that can be done, right? I don't know, man. This is a hard topic to talk about, because if we change the sport anymore, then I don't know. Guys. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. This is, like I said, this is a hard topic. This is a very controversial topic, because a main thing that people are talking about is eliminating weight cutting. I could understand that. I know Glory kickboxing. I know it's kickboxing, but they have a 3 knockdown rule, and I'm sure a lot of associations have switched over to a knockdown rule where you get knocked down one too many times, eventually the fight would get called. There needs to be some sort of like mercy rule, or if it is cutting down rounds even more, which I don't know if that is an answer to do, or like if that's something to do. Weight cutting would be hard though to eliminate. Maybe it's the difference of the doctors, or the health and safety that is going around in the ring, right? Like the people that are there to look after, maybe they need to have something that they can instantly check and see if a fighter is going to have some sort of issue directly after a fight, right? I'm sure they have this stuff, but they need to improve it. They need to make it more available, especially in the moment where if a fighter just gets dropped brutally, and you can just tell if he's not getting up after a hard knockdown. There definitely needs to be a change at the end of the day. And then again, though, if you try and cut the rounds down, it honestly just makes the fighters probably work harder. I don't know, guys. This is like a very hard topic to talk about. We have no idea what we can do. I'm reading a forum right now to try and get ideas, because I've run out of ideas to even talk about. And even the people here are saying the exact same thing as I'm saying. And like I said, it's controversial. A lot of people are saying that could work, but realistically, it probably wouldn't work. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I think this is going to do it for me. If you guys liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. Doesn't matter. It's a controversial topic, so I don't expect this video to get a lot of likes or a lot of support, but we'll see what you guys say in the comments down below, and whether or not the sport of boxing can be changed for the better. It's already been changed a lot in the history and all of that. But I don't know, boys. I guess we'll see what happens. Eventually there's going to be a change. Eventually someone is going to have to put their foot down and be like, okay, this is not something we can go through with anymore. And they're not going to get rid of the sport of boxing. They can't do that. But what they can do is try and make it safer. At least try to. And if it doesn't end up working, then, I mean, it's not a safe sport to begin with, right? So who knows? Like I said, though, thank you guys for watching. Peace, guys.